Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a wonderful start to the work week. It's a little warmer out the door this morning. I did kind of notice it was a little stuffy, but not terrible. It's not been as comfortable as it's been for the past couple of days, but temperatures in those mid 70s for right now. Looking out at the shoals, you kind of see a good deal of the tree line there, but it's been pretty nice out. It's got a little haze to it as well. I did kind of see that earlier this morning when I left. But some areas hanging around those mid 70s and others already kind of hanging around those upper 70s, low 80s. So some areas warmer than others. Our centralized portions looking like Meridianville and Athens, Pulaski, all around those low end 80s. And then the surrounding areas being our folks in those upper 70s. So high for the day is expected to be in the upper 80s. Some areas could tap 90. Just our warmer folks could possibly see that, but for the most part, we're expecting to see some pretty comfortable conditions. There were some rain chances early this morning, and it really was northwest of our entire viewing community. Some decent lightning as well. This was a set of showers and storms that was picking up over kind of the edge of Kentucky, making its way, kind of moving southwest, I would say. And we kind of got caught in the crossfire that meandered its way over to Nashville. A shower or two meandered that way and started to gain a little strength while I was looking on my way out last night. Looked like it had kind of clustered up, gave us a good deal of lightning closer to the midnight hour. So some folks did see some rain on the rooftop this morning. But now, dry conditions. However, we could possibly see a passing shower this afternoon. Very low range. Kind of similar to this morning. How a lot of areas didn't see that rain chance, but it was very isolated. Very few folks saw rain chances, so we'll see that happen once again this afternoon. I'll show you what to expect in a moment, but next 12 hours, nice and comfy. Thankfully, we don't have a ton of humidity to deal with. Our dew points are still going to be on a lower end of the scale, so it's not going to be majorly sticky, but today will be stickier than we felt yesterday. It was nice, comfortable, slight breeze every now and again for Sunday, but for Monday, we're going to deal with a good deal of some uncomfortability as it gets a little warmer for the valley. So keep that in mind. Cloud cover will be kind of in the mix for most of the day as well. So let's walk it through hour by hour this afternoon. This particular model run has a slight chance of rain that wants to pop up Monday afternoon. Today is Monday. My brain feels like it's been flipped backwards, but do keep a decent breeze in the afternoon. You'll see some possible showers closer to Winchester and parts of Jackson County, but it's around 3:30. Very isolated and short-lived in nature. So that'll be kind of the rest of the afternoon. Those are very sporadic, and that's if those can get fired up enough to make their way to the valley. Some of the time, and we didn't expect it last night, it was kind of hard to tell, but every once in a while you get these showers and storms that look like they are fizzling out on their way to our community, and we're like, that may or may not hit us. And sometimes they just get a random just pump of fuel and they come and give us a good solid downpour of about maybe an hour or so of an isolated shower, possible storm, like we saw this morning. So that happens every now and again. So clear for the rest of the day, and then getting into Tuesday, we added a rain chance in there as well, because as you can see, northeast this time, these communities will see another isolated shower around this time tomorrow. So decent breeze, a little calm, becomes a little more widespread throughout the day as it starts to gain a little extra strength. Looks like we're going to be dealing with just downpours, isolated showers every now and again, but these are very sporadic in nature, spread out across the north. Some areas south of Phil Campbell for sure we'll see a shower or two. And you can see it's very minuscule in nature. So we're not going to deal with heavy downpours at times. Won't have to worry about any. Oh, sorry, everybody. It was a late night with the football game. Go Falcons, but that was a tough watch. Anywho, we will see some of these downpours, but very small, isolated downpours in nature. So don't expect a complete washout. Just keep it in mind. Dries out relatively quick. These are short-lived showers. Kind of feels like, I think Jeff said it best. We'll see some cloud cover that just kind of spits out a shower or two. Not expecting anything beyond just your average steady drizzle every now and again from those. So walking you back through the temperatures for today, nice and comfy, however, still warm, but comfy for what we have at this time of year. We're still just above our average. We're typically starting to walk it back into the mid 80s by this point. But as you can see, we're in the upper end of the 80s. And then the rest of this week, we'll start to go into those 90s until we see a weak front moving in. Looks like it wants to push back and move in a little later. Originally forecast, we thought it was going to move in closer to the Thursday afternoon, evening hours. Looks like it's going to push back to Friday. So we'll keep that in mind for the next couple of days. But we do have some slight rain chances every now and again leading into that front. So next 3 days, Tuesday, 89, still rather comfortable, but we will see a slight shower, kind of a rinse and repeat. I showed you that a moment ago, where it's really just our northern communities dealing with a shower every now and again. Looks like something wants to fire up in the south. We'll see how well that works. But Wednesday, 10%. Still, these are going to be isolated, very scattered, just quick, short-lived showers. Won't last very long. That on and off of the showers won't last very long. So don't anticipate on having to move plans indoors or anything of that nature. So our lows will stay in the mid-60s for most of the week ahead. But you'll notice as we start to warm up, those rain chances start to fizzle out, really. We go to 10%, and by Thursday, dry the entire day. No possible chance of rain. 92 is where we'll sit by that point in the week as well. I don't understand why I'm yawning so much. It makes no sense. I wasn't yawning in our office. I haven't yawned all morning. Why is it that when I get to my favorite part of the day, I start to yawn? Anywho, tracking the tropics, we've got a tropical wave, about 80% chance of forming in the next week. I think Gabrielle still, I think we're still holding out on that to form. Gabrielle and Humberto. Just making sure I was like A, B, C, D. We are on E and H. So those will have to form to use those names, but 80% chance of this forming. But we've had this happen a couple times already, where something will be 80% chance of forming and then it just kind of fizzles out once it makes its way to the mid-Atlantic area. Looks like it's trying to move off of the coast of Africa, and it's got a good deal of a set of showers and storms surrounding it. So it's always looking for warmer water, so we'll see how that works. Looks like it's pointing more toward the coast as well. So it might fizzle back out. I mean, we'll see. It's a 40% chance of developing in the next 2 days, so it'll be interesting to see how that changes. If it decides to formally form or just fizzle out like the last 2 or 3 80% chance ones have. So we'll see how it goes. Just really depends on water temperature sometimes too. 10-day forecast, like I mentioned, rain chances today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. These are still short on and off chances. Not expecting these to be washouts by any means at all. It'll just be a shower that you may notice, and by the time you really pick up on the fact that it's raining, it's on its way out the door. So Temperatures will start to warm back up into the 90s by midweek. We'll get to 92 on Thursday, but we start to see a cooler air mass moving through, bringing us back into those upper 80s for the weekend. Rain chances at 20 for the weekend. Usually when we get cooler air mass, you can always associate that with a possible rain chance every now and again. So keep that in mind too. So far, looking as far ahead as we can with those rain chances, doesn't look like it's going to be a major issue so far. None of these are severe. Most of these are just your run-of-the-mill, on and off rain chances that just kind of happen from time to time. So Monday is the official start of fall. Woohoo! And it starts to feel like it by that point. We're in those mid 80s, kind of close to the average. That's an average range, I would say, for this time of year. Getting into those mid and possibly low end 80s by Tuesday. I hate yawning so much. Yawning and sneezing. Hate those so much. Anyway, so by that point, we'll start to see those mid 80s, nice and comfortable. I believe our dew points are going to stay right around 60. I don't see them changing into oppressive at any given time soon. So we won't have to worry about feel like temperature. We can finally put that away. It's nice. Don't break out the sweaters just yet. As much as I want to, as much as I personally want to. Not yet. We've got a little time. But we're going to start to get to those low end 80s, possibly keeping cloud cover around for a good chunk of the week, but still mostly to partly sunny for most of these days. So that's always nice. But yeah, we'll see some rain showers possible this afternoon. Very few areas will see it. It's probably 2 or 3 counties that will see one of those on and off passing showers. Again, don't let that put a damper on your day for Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. These are just quick, short-lived, random little spurts of showers, and we're done by that point. So if there are any questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, everything in between, I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Hope your work week is off to a wonderful start. And I will be back on TVL and the noon show today. And we'll do this all over again tomorrow at 10:30. I'll see you there.